Now then, welcome back to the George Scaife LFC channel. These are the reasons why Liverpool must avoid Viktor Gyokeres. Yes, Viktor Gyokeres. This player is obviously improving. He's averaging 1.25 goals per 90 in Portugal for Sporting. Listen to this, guys. He's played 33 games in Liga NOS, 39 goals and 7 assists, not to mention some Nations League goals as well, some goals in cups. And the Champions League, of course, 6 goals in the Champions League. The stats are all there, the numbers are all there. Let's just sign him and throw 60 million. No, let's not do that. That's not, actually not 60, 100 million, it'll probably be 100 million euros. Let's not do that for these reasons here. We're going to go through some tactical reasons. I've just made some brief notes and some talking points so I don't get lost in this vid. Tactical, structure, finance. We've got a bit on philosophy. That's a posh word, but I promise these points are not posh. They basically just mean what Liverpool are trying to achieve. Is Gyokeres going to make us achieve that? Probably not. Starting tactically, Liverpool's number 9 role has evolved. It just has, under slot, certainly. We now demand more intelligent link-up play, subtle movements, controlled pressing from our number 9, and Gyokeres thrives on chaos, a bit like Nunez. Look at Diaz playing more centrally this year. We're getting these 3 things. Look at Jota start of the year, we're getting these 3 things dropping into midfield, maybe creating more room for Salah up wide right, hence why I started so fast this year, you know what I mean? Jota's so good in the press. Look at Curtis Jones, Szoboszlai, both playing as false 9s at times, together at one point this year, locking onto that front 4, sorry. I think Gyokeres just doesn't fit that style. He thrives on chaos. He's too direct in possession from what I'm seeing at Sporting, which granted is only highlights. Granted is only a couple 90s per year, maybe a few Champions League games. I just think they're too direct, sorry. And Gyokeres prefers to run channels and not drop deep and not combine. Don't take a genius to work that out. He's a bigger striker. He's got more of a presence on the ball. Look at Nunez. Nunez is the same kind of profile. And there'll be a lot of comparisons to Darwin Nunez in this video. One, because they're both strikers, quite tall, quick, played in Portugal. There's so many unbelievably basic comparisons that can be made, but I think comparisons like this need to be made as opposed to them obvious ones. They're both tall strikers. The first touch and decision making under pressure is inconsistent. Not my opinion, it's a fact. 2.3 miscontrols per 90 in the league. That's higher than most Premier League top strikers. And again, I can make a video 3 times as long as this one saying why we should sign Gyokeres, but there's so many of them out there and people are seeing these goals, seeing the numbers and instantly thinking, well, let's just sign him because he's clearly good. No, this is the vid that no one else is making, that I'm going to make and try and balance up this argument in a world of positives. I think it could disrupt Liverpool's midfield and forward connectivity, which has been a key priority for Slot this year. And Liverpool made 200 passes into the final third per game, which is the second highest in the league in 2024-25. And Gyokeres does not fit the profile for that. His pressing's raw, it's not choreographed from what I'm seeing. 8 successful pressures per 90, but mostly in the attacking third. For me, I've made some notes here. He lacks the controlled triggers, slot system uses, slot praised Jota. He did, didn't he? Slot praised Jota, late 2024-25, just gone. When Jota was having a bit of an hard time, you got to say. And actually, I'm not even showing you the words. Sorry, I'm trying to work out OBS. Jota's so good at it. Diaz is so good at it. Salah's so good at it. And I actually think Nunez is very good off the ball. So this direct comparison between Gyokeres and Nunez can't be made here because I think Nunez actually is pretty decent off the ball. I do think Jota's better, way better. I do think Diaz is better, I'll be honest with you. But maybe that's an issue. Maybe that's a red herring. Not a big issue, that for me. In terms of structure, he does duplicate Nunez's profile. Obviously, take that with a pinch of salt. These are not the same man. It's not a carbon copy. However, Nunez, 12 progressive carries per 90, a similar chaos runner type, which does lead the fanbase to still be split on Nunez. But this chaos runner player, it's like we're getting to the point with Nunez now, where you'd rather bring him on with 20 to go and target tired defensive legs. Because he's that unpredictability kind of... He's not particularly controlled, and I don't think Gyokeres is the same. He hinders the Szoboszlai false 9 experiment, I think is a key point. We're signing Wirtz, obviously you're offsetting 100+ million, 120 million, whatever it's going to be, 110. Are you going to really bring in Gyokeres for 100 as well, or 90 as well? I don't think financially we're going to do that. I know we're moving pretty mad, Frimpong, Gyokeres, Wirtz. Are we going to throw more money at another player, another attacking player? For me, probably not. But it does hinder that rotational experiment we've tried this year with Szoboszlai and Jones in there. Maybe Wirtz is going to play in that false 9 like Jones did at times and like Diaz has done. You can't do that alongside Gyokeres. It's just impossible. It could force Liverpool back to transition-heavy attacks. Slot's team averaged 57% possession last year, moving towards the controlled style. I agree with this. I don't agree with I don't agree with this number. I mean, I do agree with it because it's a fact. It's real. Not made it up. I just thought, as I put here, I think it underrepresents the season, 57%. I thought it would be higher than that, to be honest with you. So we've all watched Liverpool, we know how we play, we have moved back to that controlled game. A small case study for this, look at Trent Alexander-Arnold. Slots told Trent to kind of refrain from that Hollywood pass and keep the ball, take less risks. We're doing that on the whole now. I think Salah's done that as well, or it's clear that Salah's been doing that. So this is definitely true. I'm not sure this stat reflects that being true, but bringing Gyokeres in would go back to that kind of transition-heavy attack that we saw 2018-19, bang, 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 3 passes were scored. That's what Gyokeres is so... I mean, like, this guy's so good at that, by the way. He's not just, like, good, he's very good at that kind of thing. Haaland at Dortmund, that kind of vibe. He doesn't address the low block issue, and this is an issue, guys. Like, Liverpool are 7th in the Premier League for XG created versus low block setups, and for a team who've won the league, you'd expect it to be higher. McAllister aside, we've not got someone who can unlock a low block like maybe a Kevin De Bruyne could have done, or a David Silva could have done, or a lot of these players who were so confident on the ball. Cherky at Man City, prime example of a player coming in there. He's going to be so good at that kind of key unlocking low blocks. I don't think Gyokeres is going to fit that. To be honest, he's not going to solve that issue. I think the signing of WOUDLN'T absolutely is. And you know what I said about McAllister, the only one who could maybe do it. That is backed up by signing WOUDLN'T, someone in a similar position, right, to do that kind of thing. This ain't going to solve any of that problems. Obviously, again, these are the problems. There's so many solutions that Gyokeres will fix. He just will. And again, I can make a video twice as long as this one, but I'm trying to be more balanced here. The $100 million euro fee plus is obviously extortionate. It's expensive. Are you going to be able to do that? And WOUDLN'T and Frimpong and Gyokeres and a centre-back and a DM. It's like, wow. Probably not. Probably not. The age profile is not ideal. When I say not ideal, probably should say maybe not usual. It's not what we normally go for. Turning 27, he's not a young project. He's not a senior player. He's kind of in between. And this kind of seniority in the squad is going. I mean, in 2 years, we'll probably have no Alisson, no Salah, maybe no Van Dijk, or no Gomez might leave. It's like we've got Robertson left. Robertson will be the only guy left, over 30. So that's maybe an issue. Maybe that's a positive of why I should sign him. I don't know. I don't think it should be. If I was Man United, I'd probably look at this age profile and stop going on these young players, Xerxes and Højlund and that kind of thing. I get that, but for Liverpool, maybe not. Fanbase perception's a big problem. By the way, this is just diverting funds. I spoke about that. Fanbase perception's a big problem. Nunez, 4 big chances missed per 90. That is the only thing that is causing the frustration among fans. It's Nunez. It's not his work rate. It's not his runs in behind. I mean, admittedly, the offsides are quite annoying as well. It's the big chances missed. You're a striker, you're on loads of money, score the goals. It's as simple as that. 4 big chances missed per 90. Gyokeres, similar conversion questions. The fan-base comparisons are likely going to be inevitable. It's a big issue. Not even just among how good Gyokeres is going to be, just among fans talking and the atmosphere around fans. We saw when Trent got subbed on against whoever it were. Game before Brighton, I completely Arsenal. Was it Arsenal? When he shouldn't have been subbed on. It's like that fan atmosphere just wasn't ideal. It's not positive. It's not a positive contribution to anything. And maybe Gyokeres missing these big chances is not going to be a positive contribution to any kind of atmosphere. Limits tactical flexibility. Liverpool averaged 12.5 passes per attacking sequence, the Opta stat. Gyokeres often ends sequences quickly, limits slots, controlled build. I think I was kind of clutching at straws with this comparison, really. But I was trying to use stats more in this and try and not just say like we're bad at counter-attacking, we're not very good at like that kind of thing. Trying to put stats in here and actually prove this is happening. This is a real thing. It's not my opinion. We do like to have more passes now in our attacking sequences. Maybe under Klopp that might have been 3-4 less. Maybe 2 or 3 less, you know what I mean? And Gyokeres doesn't perhaps fit that. Slot's emphasis on control first. Gyokeres is an energy first striker. Do you like how I've worded that? Energy first versus... I was really happy with that at the time. 44% of Sporting's goals came in transitions. There's another stat that backs up what I'm trying to say. Doesn't fit this Liverpool side at all. Again, similar way... I mean, I'm trying to look at players like... I imagine Haaland at Dortmund were very transition heavy, Dortmund, of course. All the goals I'm seeing at Haaland are through ball, halfway line, he's running on the end of it and he scores. So that is perhaps, again, take it with a pinch of salt. Haaland probably disproved a stat, something like that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And obviously in Norway as well. Slot seeks high cognitive players, compares Szoboszlai and Wirtz ball retention stats, 85 to 90% pass accuracy in the final third. Gyokeres' final third pass accuracy is about 70%. But this ain't good, and people aren't really talking about this. But I do think at the same time, this number 9, you aren't buying this player to pass. It's definitely, you shouldn't get focused on these kind of stats, but you've definitely got to factor it in. Of course you have. He's a number 9. If he can't pass the ball, he can't pass the ball. This does not mean that he can't pass the ball. With 70%, it's not a terrible percentage at all. I imagine Haaland's is, I don't know the stats to hand, but I imagine Haaland's isn't unbelievable. Do you know what I mean? All these strikers in the Premier League isn't unbelievable. So again, take that with a pinch of salt. But it goes back to what I'm saying. Gyokeres doesn't fit that typical Liverpool striker mould. And Alvarez, who's so comfortable on the ball, a Firmino back then, or a Jota, or a Diaz. Alvarez would be the guy, by the way, I want. I really want Alvarez. I think he suits this team so well. Will he come back to England after just leaving because he wanted to escape the climate? Probably not. I've got a video kind of on Alvarez, actually. Recent successes relied on compact shape and tight combinations. Gyokeres thrives in open space. Similar mismatch seen when Nunez struggled versus deep blocks. I'd like to explain that. I think that's true. This mental profile, no Premier League experience, no Champions League, sustained level. Go and watch this video in cohesion with another video giving the positives. I'm here to give the balanced counterweight that no one else is doing. That's what this is. Just some final added points to close this off. Mainly done it in Portugal in the Championship, both lower tactical levels to the Prem, obviously. Similar jump to Nunez in terms of goals. 26 GA in Liga NOS, 16 in his first Premier League season. It has decreased significantly, and I'd say his performance has decreased with it. These are, again, comparisons that are going to be made, and maybe shut them down, maybe listen to them. You give me your opinions in the comments. What do you think? Is there any weight in these conversations? Can they be made? I think possibly, yeah. I completely hear them. The Portuguese league's high transition, no proven record versus top defence structures, only 1 GA in UCL knockout stage in his career. Still unknown quantity at top level. That's the main thing, isn't it? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know what you think. I'm trying to, instead of doing a full balanced argument, because there's so many videos, why Gyokeres is the best thing, the new best thing, and the best. Just chill out and kind of maybe think about some things I've pointed up here. So again, some of them are very, very loose comparisons or loose negatives. So take it with a pinch of salt, but I'm just trying to give you everything so you can make your own mind up on this player. I would rather Alvarez. I'd obviously rather Isak, more money, but I'd probably rather Gyokeres over Ekitike, to be honest with you. I've done a video on Ekitike yesterday about why he's also an avoid for me. Go and watch that one down below. Subscribe, leave a like. Leaving a like's the easiest way of helping me out on this channel. And comment. See you later. Thank you very much. Bye.